Hi, I'm Gavin Cree. I am the head boys basketball coach here at the high school, and I also teach image and yoga and PE.
So obviously the season's over now. What kind of reflection can you give about it? How did it go?
It was a success, and success is measured by being satisfied with the job that you've done and the job that the kids have done, and leaving it all out there on the court, so to speak. And I definitely think that we can do that. We had a strong finish to the season. We almost beat the number 2 team in the country. Lost by 5 points and had it to within 2, and really had some chances to win. And we gave it all we had in that game, and gave them a lot to be afraid of. And so it was a good end to the season despite the loss. Would have liked to have gone to the Tacoma Dome and done some big things there, but only one team can win in the end. But it was successful all the way through. We had plenty of ups and downs along the way and challenges, but I think in the locker room in the final game, I think we felt good about what we had accomplished.
What were the emotions in the locker room that final game versus Rainier Beach? What were people saying? What were their expressions on their faces? What did you tell them?
Anytime it's the last game of the season or the last game of people's careers, there's tears in the locker room. Whether it be coaches, players, returning players, or seniors themselves, it's an emotional time. I think that was the first thing that you saw was heads hanging and emotions flowing. But as we started to talk to them and started to make sure they realized how they played like champions in that game, and how we gave everything we had, and we almost beat those guys, I think that we started to feel good about what we had accomplished, and certainly still disappointment, but satisfaction, I think.
What does the team mean to each other?
Wow, the teams, they're important. Not a lot of people get to be a part of a team, and it's a special honor. In basketball, there's 12 guys approximately on every team. 12 guys on the varsity team at MIHS every year. And that's a special honor, and so it's a together group. And like all the teams that I've had, they appreciate one another, and they'll hopefully remember their teammates for the rest of their lives, and come together in future years, as they grow older, and remember those battles that they went through and the adversity that they faced, and the fun times that they had. And they'll always be a part of that team, no matter how much time passes by.
Through the ups and downs of the season, what did you learn what did the team learn from the ups and the downs? And when was the most significant up, and when was the most significant down?
Well, without being super specific, we had some adversity in the beginning of the year with not having all of our players available, and not having all of our arrows pointing in the right direction. And so that was a challenge to start the year. We also had injury that hit us. We had Chris Lawler was our leading scorer by mid-season, and he went down with an injury in practice, a high ankle sprain, and it kind of rattled us for a couple games, and we lost 2 games right after that, and things weren't looking so good. And but what we learned is that people can step up, and people that you would not otherwise think, or that people that might not have the confidence in themselves one day with an injury realize that I have to step up. And that's what happened with a guy like Daniel Sims, who stepped into the point guard role for Chris Lawler, just really flourished and kind of propelled us on a big winning streak towards the latter half of the year, and then had a great playoff run for us, and ended up kind of making us a better team, I think, in the end, because of the fact that he had to rise to the occasion. So I think the team learned, as we do in a lot of years when there's injuries, that you don't make excuses about injuries. Somebody steps up and gets the job done, and that's what happened this year.
Okay, and final question, Coach Cree. Looking ahead to next season, what are your plans for an even more successful year?
Well, staying healthy is a kind of a luck thing sometimes, so we want to try to do that. But the kids are going to work hard in the off season, and I think because we came so close to the Tacoma Dome round of the quarterfinals, we came this close, and our kids understand that and know what it took to get to where we are and where we were this year, and I think want to exceed that for next year. So they're just going to work hard in the off season, and you know, some of our younger players are going to have to step up and realize that it's my turn now, and I can't defer to other guys. I have to be the man. So it'll be exciting to see who fills those spots. It's going to be very competitive for us over the off season, and once we hit the season next year in the kind of the beginning stages of it, to see who fills those spots. It's going to be very competitive, and I think we want to use that competitive environment to make us all be our best.
Awesome. Thank you for taking the time with us.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.